Last Inner Stash Shit, episode 20. We've made it to 20 episodes. I can't believe it. Such a small number, but it seems like such a big feat. But here we are, the best live show there is, with 50% more fruit and nuts. So we're going to jump right into. We're going to jump into with Paul. Give us your quote, man.
All righty, my quote is, this kind of tied into my pick of the week for the week. People shouldn't be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people.
V for Vendetta.
Absolutely.
Really?
Okay. Jumping into Robert, the great legend.
All right. Listen to them, children of the night. What music they make.
That's Bela Lugosi and Dracula.
Hell yeah! Dracula, Tomb of Dracula, one of the comic heroes.
And Mike.
I'm not a boy, I'm a tumor.
That's not Kindergarten Cop. That's the opposite there.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I said it wrong. I'm not a baby, I'm a tumor.
Look who's talking to.
No.
I don't know that. Oh, Hellboy. It's got to be Hellboy.
Yeah, Hellboy 2.
Oh, dang. Cool.
Pulled it out at the end there. Jeremy, Trinity Comics.
All right. My quote is taking it back to the old school. You got me. Who's got you?
Superman.
It's got to be
Yep,
Superman.
Superman 1, Lois catching him off that helicopter thing. Yeah.
Yep.
And then finally me, Huey's Comics. I don't know if you've ever been in a fight before, but usually there's not this much talking.
Civil War, Spider-Man.
That's Civil War. It's Falcon. Yeah.
Yeah, talking to Spider-Man.
Cool.
Okay. We got no other quotes. We're going to go jump into the books of the week, and we'll start with Paul on the end. We'll start with Mosaic.
Couldn't even finish it. It was just weird. I don't know. It just, something about it just didn't do it for me. I got about 5 pages in, and I said, why am I wasting my time like this? That would be a definite blast for me.
How about you, Robert? Did you pick it up or read it?
You know, Mosaic, I didn't read it. So I don't have an opinion on that one.
That's probably the best thing. On to Mike.
All right, so here we go again with the Terrigen Mist transforming another random person into another Inhuman, and his power is to jump in people's subconscious. Or only saving grace for this book, the art is good, I thought, but other than that, the book is confusing. Yeah, his power, like I said, his power is to jump into people's bodies, and you don't know what you're reading or what body he's in towards the end. And screw this book. This is a blast for me.
So did you actually finish it, Mike?
Yes, I did.
Does he become less of a douche as the comic goes on?
Absolutely not.
Hello?
Did we lose? I think we lost Huey.
Really? Oh my God. Yeah, man, Mosaic. Now, was that a Marvel book, Mike?
Yeah, that's Marvel book. It's starting that whole Marvel Now crap.
Yeah. You know, I still miss some X-Men. Well, you know, or what they're doing to X-Men, but I really miss the team, the Fantastic Four.
Nah, you could have fooled me.
Yeah, I'm on that hate Marvel train.
Yeah, well, he said you're not gonna read it until they bring back the 4.
Yeah, man, it's just crazy. And I tried to stay on it reading that Guardians because Thing was in there, but I couldn't get onto that stuff.
Well, I can tell
Mosaic,
you-
man. What do you
I can
think,
tell
Jeremy?
you, I read it, and as somebody that has no idea what a Terrigen Mist is or an Inhuman, I can tell you that I was like, this dude's a douche.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, is this LeBron James?
Yeah.
They modeled him after LeBron. You could tell, like, the way he was dunking the ball. That's what LeBron's signature, like the little headband. He was wearing number 23.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
it goes
so
on.
funny.
Yeah, about the 5 rings and all this kind of stuff. It goes on, and then all that stuff happened. And the latter part of the book I thought was better than the first part. Like, when he actually became the whatever he is, Mosaic or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was confusing. I'm kind of indifferent on like if I doubt I pick it up because I ain't on that Marvel train.
Yeah, man.
But
Yeah.
To me, all right, y'all probably ain't never heard me say this, but I'm gonna blast it.
Well, speaking of like, Paul, did you read? Oh yeah, Paul, you said you didn't even finish that thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, and Mike,
I mean,
did you read the Mosaic, Mike?
Yeah, I read it all the way through. I mean, like I said, at the last half was just so confusing, and
Yeah.
I don't even care about the characters. So
I remember when I had this book, this 6-issue series, and it had Thanos on number 1. I don't remember if it was called Thanos Rising or what this series was called, but it was the first time that Terrigen Mist stuff started kind of popping around and turning some people into Inhumans. I think that was the one. I don't know, but something was going on. I just never really, and you can see it coming, right when they started doing the whole Mist thing, and then of course, Marvel doesn't have the rights to make X-Men movies, so they kind of just, slowly but surely started the killing of the mutants. But I want to kind of switch it real quick. We got talking about the Marvel. How about that DC bringing it back to All-Star Batman issue 3? Jeremy, one of your favorites, isn't it? Scott Snyder, right?
Yeah, Scott Snyder. I'm digging it because the KGB showed up and the Royal Flush Gang straight up got blasted. So they rolled up and was like, where'd he go? KGB said, throw the little bomb, blew him off the card and everything.
yeah,
That was like, they was
man.
gone. But
Hey,
I'm digging it, and I say I know there's 2 more issues with Romita Jr., and then I think he's gone, and Scott Snyder will start with another artist, which I think is Sean Murphy.
And Sean Murphy's really good. Sean Murphy and Snyder, the 2 guys that did a comic book called The Wake, a 10-issue run of The Wake, which was all right. Huey, welcome back.
Yes, I made it back.
Huey, did you read the All-Star Batman number 3?
I did, and I'm still not digging it. It's just how much I love Romita Jr. I love his art and Punisher, and some of his art is good. But this book, I don't know, Shumaki's just mailing it in. It's just not hitting on all cylinders for me, And again, too, with that price tag of $4.99, it's just not digging it for me. So I'm blasting. I actually just pulled that off my pull list now, and I'm not be picking it up anymore. I like that. Is it that Jock cover?
yeah, this one is.
Yeah.
That's a nice cover. Now, whenever you pull it off the pull list, man, I know what you mean. That's like you're pulling a pin out of a grenade, and you're going to lay the waste to the rest of that damn series.
Yeah. and that's the unfortunate thing about it too. It's like, is it going to pick up, get better? You don't know. And that's the hard thing about dropping a book from a pull list. For me, is like, oh man, it could pick up. I just don't know, but most things you just gotta take a chance on, roll the dice.
Always a crapshoot on that one. Now, Jeremy, were you gonna stash it or blast it?
Oh, I'm stashing it because I like Snyder, and like I say, Romita Jr. He's only got 2 issues left, so I'll ride it out to that, and then whenever he comes on, whenever he ends, the next one will start a new arc. So
that'll
I'm
be
anxious to
kinda
see what
cool.
that is. Yeah.
All right, Mike, how about you on the old Batman All-Star Batman 3?
I wasn't feeling the first 2 issues, but this one was really good. I like the KG Beast is back up in there, and he, like Jeremy said, that Royal Flush Gang just comes in and thinks they're all up king shit, and they get blown away. And this one was really good, so I'm stashing this one. I can't stand the art. I can't wait till he's gone. Like, man, if it was just on the art, I would have blasted. But I'm digging it. So,
Paul, how about you, man? How about you on the old Ramita, the Batman 3?
Same thing. I mean, there's a place for Ramita's art, but Batman ain't it. You know, the story has been good, and that's what's been keeping me coming back.
Yeah.
But like everybody else, I can't wait for Ramita's arc to be done. It's grating.
For me, like with Ramita, I like Ramita all right, but I'm kind of ready for the story to finish up and just kind of get on to it. And then, because I don't know, I don't like the fact that they do the little secondary story. I never even read it. I just kind of, is his name Duke? I don't even read his story. I just kind of, I just want to get to the good stuff. So, I don't know. I'm going to keep stashing for a while. And Paul, were you going to keep stashing for a while?
Yeah, okay. In particular, I'll stash the Jock covers because those covers have been amazing.
yeah.
Airborne or Captain Dadpool said on the Jock cover that you showed, Mike, that Jock cover looks like Batman is taking a fat dump while a bird takes a dump on his head.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, oh man. Well,
At least we hope that's bird poop.
I know. All right, Huey, what do you got? What's the next book you want to talk about?
The next book is Chimichanga #1. It's the Sorrow of the World's Worst Face.
I gotta let the dog out. I'll be right back.
All right.
Well, that's how much you like the book. Get away from me. I guess was Jeremy. You didn't pick this up. Did you read this one?
No, I didn't get that one.
How about you, Paul?
Did not pick it up.
I'm with
know
Mike.
for you.
I'm with Mike. I'm letting them dogs out.
No, I did
Mike's
not
my
pick
only
that up.
best. Oh my goodness, I'm the only one who gets a review. So I picked up because of Eric Powell, because of Hillbilly, getting into that, reading some of his other stuff. Of course, he's not the artist on this book. It is Stephanie Buscema is the artist, and this is not the first Chimichanga either. So I have no clue to what the rest of the storyline is. How much I really like Eric Powell, I just don't get the story. I don't like it at all. It's about this little circus little person, I guess, to be PC is possible. She's bearded and she has this monster, this Chimichanga, and I don't know. It's just it'd definitely be a blast for me, and I won't be picking. There's only 4 issues too, I think, in this series, and I won't be. Most of the time I'm pretty good about like, oh well, it's only a short run. I'll grab all of them to see what's like. This one, no, sorry, not even gonna pick up the second book on it. I'm gonna let it ride.
I'll be honest. When you showed that book and said Chimichanga, I thought it was another Deadpool book.
Oh yeah.
No, that's next week.
Mike, is it really next week, or were you just joking?
There's another Deadpool coming next week.
Oh my God, there's so many Deadpools.
I'm sorry. I've achieved about maximum Deadpool, I think.
The man,
I mean,
Deadpool's in the front of the damn Marvel train. Deadpool's in the train conductor seat.
It's called Deadpool Too Soon #1.
And it is too soon. Exactly.
I should have been.
Okay, now. Yeah, that too. From one independent into another, I think it's probably our pick of the week for most people who read it, and that is Reborn, #1. Mark Millar and Greg Capullo. Image Comics. We'll start with you, Mike.
What book is it?
Reborn.
All right, this book is freaking awesome. It's by Mark Millar and Greg Capullo. This basically answers the question, everybody wonders where you go when you die. And Mark Millar has an answer for you. So go ahead and pick this up. You won't regret it. Art is amazing. Yeah, so this is a stash. My pick of the week right here.
How about you, Jeremy?
I haven't got to read it yet because it's coming from Midtown. So it'll be next week before I can get it. But
You need to get Midtown on the phone and say, "Hey, I need my book sooner because I got a Friday night show to do." I'm sure they're okay. I'm sure
they
they will.
don't care. They done got their money. They don't care. But I will say that just on Greg Capullo's art, I've been following him on Twitter for a while now, and he's been sharing stuff. And just from what I've seen, it looks amazing. So I'll stash it.
This is one I've been waiting for quite some time to pick up. I mean, it's a pretty good artist and writer combination, I think, on this book. The storyline, it's pretty touching. At the beginning of it, something we all kind of fear and think about, especially when we're getting up there in age and what's going on, what's going to happen with our life, death and all this stuff. And a really cool, I thought it was a really cool twist at the end. I don't want to give it away, but really cool. Kind of really slow up till like the last couple pages, then bam, all of a sudden it hits, and definitely makes me want to read more of it. And I'll definitely be following this book from here on out. I'll definitely stash in this book, and again, it's probably my pick of the week as well. Paul?
Close to my pick of the week. I think one other one might just edge it out barely, but I mean, an amazing book. The artwork is top notch. The story is, I mean, it's one of those when you get to the end and you're like, come on, I gotta wait a month? Seriously?
Yeah, really.
It was like, it's one of those ones that if you don't deal with waiting, well, wait for the trade paperback because you're gonna be wanting at the end of the first issue. But yeah, definite stash.
How about you, Rob?
That book, Reborn, definitely. I'm so glad y'all recommended. Good read. Definitely a stash for me. Like Mike said, if you want to find out what happens, when people die in this story, you get to find out when you read Mark Millar and Greg Capullo's Reborn. Damn good art, damn good story, and like Paul said, it was such a fast read. And, I went back and looked at some of the artwork to match up characters and things of that nature to make sure I was fully understanding, okay, this is that person, that's that person. But, yeah, man, I read that story and I was like, damn, is it already over? This sucks. I got to wait a while to read the next one. So definitely a stash for Reborn.
Yeah, I definitely see this becoming a TV show or a movie.
Oh, yeah. That was so cool.
And it was one of those, like I was saying before, the first 3/4 of the book, I'm like, I don't know. What is this? I don't know if I really. And then it just to make it just pop for me, and then like, okay, I got it. It's definitely a follow through. So
good artwork on Capullo drawing that old woman and looking like that lady from the Titanic who threw the necklace overboard.
That was Aunt May.
Yeah.
Jumping in to our next book, it is The Clone Conspiracy. Dead No More, The Clone Conspiracy. It's I think it's a 1 of 5 mini arc, and we'll start with Jeremy. Did you read that one?
No, I didn't get that one.
Goodness, moving on. How about you, Mike?
Yeah, as you guys know, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. The art in this book is freaking awesome. So they're basically at J. Jonah Jameson Sr.'s funeral in the beginning, and that's Aunt May's husband. And just Peter starts thinking about, all the people who that have died in his life and blah blah blah. I'm not gonna ruin this for you. There's a couple of major characters come back at the end of this, and this for any Spider-Man fan who hasn't been enjoying Amazing Spider-Man, pick this book up. It's good. It's good. This is a definite stash for me.
Well, let me ask you a question about that book, Mike. Like I haven't been reading like any other Marvel besides Old Man Logan, would that be a good jumping on point for, like, to get on to Spider-Man?
Everybody happen.
I said,
I think it's more
Well,
of a
it is a
quick story arc.
self-contained arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
You know, it's not particularly in the continuity right now. It's just kind of like its own self-contained story.
Okay.
How about you, Paul?
As someone who is a Spider-Man fan and someone who hated all the clone crap before now, I actually kind of liked the story, and like Mike said, the art was freaking amazing. I mean, I found myself, I'd read a page and then I'd go back and I'd just look at the art because I just really appreciated the work he put into it because it was just done really well. So yeah, I'm definitely going to stash this and pick up the other ones and hope maybe it can change my mind a little bit about clone stuff because I hated it.
How about you, Rob?
Well, you know, when Attack of the Clones came out, episode 2, man, there was just too many damn clones, and I didn't want to read. So I didn't read this one. I saw too much of it, you know.
And I think I was on a live show last night with LP and a couple other guys, and we were kind of briefly talking about this. And you know, I think it kind of threw a couple people off talking about clone conspiracy, as you were talking about, Paul, and you know, some people thought, oh, it's going to be kind of the same thing. You know, it's definitely different. There are two stories in there. You know, the main story, and then I don't want to give anything away either for people who haven't read it, but the second story is a perspective of the other person from the original Spider-Man series.
From a major Marvel event.
Yeah, from a major Marvel event. Again, I think the art was great in there. Is that a Del Auto cover? I think that's that.
I think
the
it
main
is
cover
a Del Auto
there.
cover.
There were quite a few different covers for that one. Being the first Spidey book that I've read in a long time outside of some Bronze Age stuff, I thought it was pretty good, and I'm definitely picking up to see where that's going to go through the rest of the story arc. So that's a stash for me for sure. I think we've gone through everybody there. Next one is, I guess it's the Great Lake Adventures. We'll start with Paul on this one.
No, that's all I'm going to say about that book. Just no.
Nothing? They got nothing to say about it?
My mama
Nothing?
always told me if I didn't have anything nice to say to keep my dirty little potty mouth shut.
Oh, bummer.
It was awful. It was awful. There was nothing about it that made me ever want to open one again.
Okay, moving on. I think that's a blast for you then, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are not enough exclusives on the planet.
I just wanted to be clear so everybody knew that was watching that was a blast. Okay. Robert, how about you?
That one there, the Great Lake Avengers, I didn't even read it. I looked at the cover. I saw just weird-ass looking characters on the cover. I saw Stupid Squirrel Girl on the cover. And it's not a blast. It's not a stash. I'm going to take each one of them dumbasses and drown them in their Great Lake.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't like that stuff. Yeah.
You, Mike.
Yeah, I bought this cover just because it was the Hulk and Hercules. So, but
that's just a throwback to the original. No, I'm thinking of Champions. Never mind.
Champions.
The original Champions had Hercules in it, so
they should have a little disclaimer. These characters do not appear in this book.
I know, right? This is crap. They just take a handful of B-list. They ain't even B-list. It's like what Z-list freaking characters from on the team, but. Instead of paying, what did I pay for this? $3.99. Spend $1 on this Godzilla book. Godzilla, the Century, what is it called? The Half Century War. I guess it's a reprint. This was pretty good. So go spend $1 on this instead of that Great Lake Avengers crap. That was a blast for me.
How about you, Jeremy?
I didn't even pick it up.
You didn't pick it up. For me, it's a blast too. It's like this is the first time for any of these characters. I don't know any of these characters in here.
There was a Great Lake Avengers book in the past, and I think some of those characters were on a team.
I know Squirrel Girl was.
If you want a book with stupid, characters, just pick up that Mercs the Deadpool Mercs for Money or whatever. Just pick up that book.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I thought the art was okay. I mean, it seems weird that there's a whole litigation at the beginning of the book where the Avengers name, they didn't, I don't know, retained the name of the Avengers, so it went back to the Great Lake Avengers, so they're able to use it again, so they're trying to buy it. But I don't know. It's just, it seems like the guy's trying to be Reed Richards, of the flat man guy, and one guy kind of looks like Spider-Man, whoever that is, Dorman.
Dorman.
And
yeah.
the only cool character I think is the good boy, the wolf girl. I think she's the only cool looking character in there for me. But
oh yeah,
is that Squirrel Girl in the yellow?
Yeah,
Squirrel Girl.
That's Big Bertha.
Yeah, Big Bertha.
Big Bertha, yeah.
Well, Squirrel Girl shows up as a cardboard cutout right here, and that's it.
She showed up in like couple panels on one part.
Yeah, where she's eating something at the diner.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, was that a spoiler? I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
Well, Mike's showing it, so.
But
look at that fucking free check, Mr. Fantastic. Burn that fucking book.
I don't think it's as horrible as everybody else says. I mean, I'm not saying
yes,
that
it is.
I'm not saying it was great. I'm not saying it's a modern masterpiece, but I'd blast it. I wouldn't pick up issue 2. So, next book, next couple I did not pick up either. I'm waiting to pick up this first one, Warlords of the Appalachia. We'll start with you, Mike.
I did not pick that book up.
Okay. Jeremy?
I'm going to surprise you. I liked it. I actually loved it. I loved it so much that I put it on my pull list.
Nice.
And it's actually, I'm going to choose, since I didn't get to read Reborn, I'm going to choose this as my pick of the week because it was awesome. Like, I like that kind of stuff. Like, it's not really superheroes. It kind of gave, like y'all said about Reborn, I could see this being made into a TV show or a movie too. Like it was really good. It's like got to do with that governmental, and I'm from the South, so I kind of like seeing all that, stuff going on with them Southern boys and knocking heads.
Like Negan?
Like when they ain't Negan hard.
I did order it. I just figured I was going to wait to pick it up. Neither one of my comic stores had them, so I just had to wait to pick it up. Hopefully next week or two I'll get it. But I mean, from what everybody else I've heard about it, it sounds like it's pretty good though. Jump onto you, Paul.
This is the one for me that I think was my pick of the week. I think it just a hair better than Reborn. I mean, one of my favorite comic series ever was a series called DMZ, which was, same type of thing, dealing with Civil War and government overreach and everything. And it was that was a really good series. And this really brings that back for me. Or if you like Briggs Land, you'll probably like this too. But it's a definite stash for me. I can't wait for the next issue.
Okay, Rob, how about you?
Man, I'm kind of pissed that I didn't read it. I'm going to have to go back and read the damn thing now for sure. I'll read that tonight. Jeremy, what were you saying?
I was asking, is this the kind of stuff Briggs Land is? Because I didn't get to get that. And I wanted to read it because somebody said it was being made into a TV show.
It's definitely the not superhero kind of thing. Briggs Land, it's instead of being like dealing with Civil War, it's about a family of they're kind of like
Anti-government.
yeah, anti-government Ruby Ridge type people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the one I just picked out. Issue 3. I think it just came out this last week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah, I definitely like Briggs Land, and I'm hoping that Warlords of Appalachia is going to be just as good. And now on to our final book of the week. It is.
I like that Munchkin. Shout out to Munchkin.
Yeah.
I love that card game.
It is Solo. I think Mike picked it up, didn't you?
I did pick it up, and it's crap.
Is it a Han Solo book?
It's probably no. It's the Solo from the Merch for Money.
Marvel.
That sounds like such disappointment.
Is this the same Merch for Money that you were just talking about, how they were horrible, and if you want B-listers?
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. And here's another B-lister who's getting his own book. Why, I don't know. But This is crap. This is a blast for me.
Just think of that, Legend. No Fantastic Four, but we got Solo.
That could have been a Fantastic
We got
Four
Solo.
or an X-Men type book or anything.
Anybody else pick up Solo?
No.
I think Mike's Solo in that.
I think he is Solo in that one right there. So why don't we go down the line real quick and we'll do our picks of the week. We'll start with you, Paul. I think we just heard it.
Yep. Warlords of Appalachia. Great book, followed closely by Reborn.
How about you, Rob?
Well, I haven't gone over that pick of the week. Now, Reborn was close. I did read the newest Hal Jordan, and Sinestro gets really powered up, but that wasn't my pick of the week. My pick of the week is going to new Superman, Chinese Superman. All, as Mike would say, all Chinese Superman matter, or all Superman matter. Damn good book. It was the Chinese Justice League against the Chinese freedom fighters, and I got to see a lot of cool Chinese reinterpretations of some of those classic freedom fighter characters. So I'm going with all new Superman. Long live Chinese Superman.
I've yet to pick anything up past issue 1 on that one. And
it's so good.
man, you keep talking about it. It makes me want to go back and pick them up. But
And what was funny?
It's been really funny.
What was real funny, Mike? Get this. Me and Mike. So me and Mike, not me and Mike. Me and Paul, me and Mike need to start doing some talking. But me and Paul, we big food connoisseurs, and tonight I was eating Chinese food and I was reading it. It was good. It was all good.
how about you, Mike?
All right, Legend, I did read this right before the show started, and I agree it was really good. Not my pick of the week, though. My pick of the week would have to go to Reborn. Another book we didn't review is The Lost Boys #1.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Oh,
Yeah, I did forget about that.
Yeah, if you love the movie, you'll like this book. It's really good. So
Yeah, I agree. That
That's
was
a
good.
dash.
And I did.
Another series. Go ahead.
I did really love the movie, and I said this book is either going to be really good or it's going to be a disaster of epic proportions. And I thought it was really good.
No, I haven't seen the movie in a really long time, but I really enjoyed that book. So,
well, can I ask you?
Go ahead.
Does the Lost Boys book start like the movie with The People Are Strange by the Doors play?
The people are strange.
No.
I love that song.
Another one I really like. We reviewed it a couple episodes ago. Glitter Bomb. Glitter Bomb #2.
Oh yeah.
Damn, dude, I forgot about that, Mike. How was that one?
They still don't explain what the creature is, but it's
man.
cool. It's cool. So I can't wait for issue #3.
Yeah, I gotta read
And
that.
that's all I got.
That's a cool looking cover too.
Yeah.
How about you, Jeremy?
My pick of the week is Warlords of Appalachia. I really liked it. I think I'm ready to see that the main character, Cade, in the book. They keep referring to him like he's like some hardcore dude. And at the end, I ain't gonna spoil it, but something big happens, and you see him like he's going crazy. So I want to see I want to see just how hard this cat is. So yeah, that's my pick of the week.
Yeah, mine's probably gonna be Reborn. I haven't read Bergland yet this week, or Killer Be Killed. That's the other one I picked up. I haven't read any of those. I did see Glitter Bomb today. I passed on it, and I did see The Lost Boys. I think my other store is going to be picking it up for me, and I just passed on it today because I don't want to pick up double issues on that stuff. I think we all know what our stinker of the week is, and I think that is Great Lakes Avengers.
Hell yeah!
Everybody
That's
agrees on that.
The worst.
And I'm such a Marvel fanboy. Marvel is so dropping the ball on so many titles right now. I mean, it's just so crazy. And like I said, no more Fantastic Four. They're phasing out the X-Men. And it's like, man, those are two big groups that have been around for a long, long time. It sucks to get rid of those two big groups in there in Marvel.
And they're replacing everybody else.
Yeah. Which it kind of brings me, before we jump into the Funko news, we might as well segue into this. So, social justice warriors in comics. How do you guys feel with the changing of genders, the changing of all these other characters in comics? Do you feel that it? I guess, what do you feel about it? I'll start with you, Paul.
Too much, too fast. I mean, one, if you want to build your own character, that's great. Build it from the ground up. But, I mean, they're changing everything. I mean, everyone at this point is either non-white, non-guy. There's hardly any left. I mean, I understand that, you want to represent, everybody. That's your fan base. But you're just changing everything so fast that it's just, you're losing everybody.
How about you, Rob?
I feel the exact same way. It's just I don't mind them doing it maybe like with, say, one character. To me, it kind of started when they moved Carol Danvers, Miss Marvel. They moved her into the Captain Marvel, took off her awesome little mask and everything. And that's kind of like where I think, and that's not even really a big issue. I just, hate it because, they call her Captain Marvel when that's Billy Batson right there. But yeah, they start with that, and then, God, it just seems like since that one point, especially Marvel, like all of these new characters, they're new, but they're not new because they're just rebrandings of other original characters. So if you're a guy and you're getting back into comics, and I was huge into Marvel in the 90s when I first started collecting. We actually used to call DC back in the day, we called that shit Dickie Comics because nothing was really interesting back then. When I started collecting in 2011, I went straight to DC because that was like just awesome stuff, easy to jump on. But I don't know. I think it's a lot harder to jump on Marvel. And I'm not just signaling out Marvel because we do have Chinese Superman, but damn. That's a damn good story right there. But yeah, I'm kind of like, but I'm glad that they're doing now. Most of them, it's kind of hit or miss, and you don't. It's all about that almighty dollar, and what they're doing mainly is doing all this to build up different kind of hype to get people that aren't reading comics, but that are maybe just the casual pop culture fan, the casual person that picks up Funkos or the casual person that go out and see these cool superhero movies. They're trying to get that fan base to read comics, but the thing is, it's just not happening. Those people aren't buying the books, and all that the companies are getting is a bunch of people that have been reading comics for years just pissing us off, and then you got them assholes. I can't remember the guy's name. One of the guys who, God, I think it was the dude Michael Bendis. Was talking a bunch of shit on there saying, well, if y'all don't like this, screw y'all, blah, 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 on Twitter and stuff. And he's like bitching at the people that are actually buying the books. So it's just some shit I hate.
How about you, Mike?
Yeah, and all these new characters, they're getting their own books. Like next week, we got the new Doctor Doom Iron Man coming out. Riri Williams, the new Ironheart, is getting her own book real soon. They're pushing Iron Man to the side. War Machine's dead. I think it's all happening way too fast. They need to hang out on the sidelines like Duke and Batman before he gets his own book. So.
How about you, Jeremy?
To me, it's just stupid because they're taking and like, just take for example, they come out and said that Wonder Woman is gay or she's bisexual.
Oh yeah, I forgot about all that.
That's completely retarded because they justify it because they say, well, she lived on an island full of women. What do you expect? But yet and still in the new 52 and on back, she called them her sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So are they really going to go into incesticide now? Like they're going to go in like their incest? You know, I mean, they're going to go there now. I mean, what are you going to do now? I mean, you can't like. Just for example, like I was okay with the DC Universe Rebirth when they came out and said Aqualad was gay. Aqualad's a background character. That's fine. But coming out and saying Wonder Woman is gay, that's mentally retarded. I can't help it, dude. But like, don't change stuff that's been like the same for like all these years. I'm completely okay with you coming up with a new character and making him gay. You can make him, whatever you want him to be. You can make him Chinese and gay, or whatever. You can make him a transgender, or whatever you want to do. But don't come out and say Batman. They're gonna come out next and say Batman is Korean, he's gay, and he's a transgender. Watch.
There's always been talk between Batman and Robin, so
yeah.
And they do have the Chinese They got the Chinese Batman, and I don't know if I don't know if he's gay or not, but that'd be really funny.
He's fat.
Yeah, he is fat.
Oh, he's got a good gut on him. He's been drinking them soda pops.
My opinion on it, some of it, I do agree with a lot of you guys too. It's like, why can't they just come up with a new character? I don't have a problem with the female Thor, but don't get rid of Thor. Don't get rid of the original Thor. Maybe we're too old fuddy-duddies. We're kind of set in our ways, and the characters we love, we don't like seeing them disappear and change into something else. But we talked about this before. This is not something new for Marvel. They've always been on the edge of like social issues and trying to be real in the real world, which they do a lot. The thing is, I just don't pick up those books that I don't like. I mean, what was that one?
Marvel's also shown that they can build characters like that. I mean, look, you got Falcon, you got Power Man, you got and those are original characters that they slowly over time built up organically. Now they're doing this thing where they're just like saying, okay, now this person is now this, and it's like to longtime fans, they just come across as cheap imitations. I mean, yeah,
they really are cheap.
Was the pendulum too far this way at one point? Yeah, probably, but they've just gone way over to the other side, and they haven't hit that happy medium yet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it seems weird to me that maybe it is a money issue where they can't have, okay, well, this story arc, Thor's a woman, and this one, he's a male. He's the original Thor that we all know. Maybe they don't want to put out the two different titles of the same, thing. But this seems weird just to change the gender, change the race, and just not give any credit to any of the characters that are the original. Like you talk about the Chinese Superman. Well, he's not replacing Superman.
Yeah,
he's Chinese versions of Superman, which is I don't have any problem with that at all.
And part of the whole storyline is the parody of the whole thing, how they're playing off the whole cheap Chinese imitation. The whole comic is all about that.
Yeah. Oh, man. And they put the Freedom Fighter, the Chinese version of the Freedom Fighter, and I've been wanting Paul Miotti and Justin Gray to do more Freedom Fighter books because they were the last ones that were working on those. But, man, I loved it. That guy's name was Paper Man, and he was kind of like the parody of Plastic Man. And this guard walked by his cell, and he did this awesome move where he just paper cutted his throat and killed him. I was like, damn, that was awesome. Yeah, that was so cool. And then that guy Firecracker is like supposed to be the human bomb, which was another classic character from those freedom fighters. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And then at the reveal at the end, I can't remember the guy's name, and I don't want to tell, but it was supposed to be Freedom Fighters' version of Uncle Sam, and he's the main guy. And the big reveal on the last page is like, oh shit! I was like, oh my god, I can't wait till issue 5. It's so cool. But yeah, China heroes bringing it back. I think, damn.
Before we jump into Mike saying get here, we'll go through the chat. We haven't really been talking to anybody who's been in the chat with us this little evening. So it looks like we got Comic Noob is in here talking about being a Lizzie dinosaur. You guys can read the chat. I'm not going to repeat that.
That's great.
We got Kyle Walk in here, which I kind of met him last night with Larry and those guys.
Great guy.
Captain Dadpool's in here. Alex the Comic Hoarder. See who else? Airborne Sapper, of course. Mickey's always one of our viewers, always on here. So thanks, guys, for watching. For sure, we got 11 viewers right now. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into Mike's favorite portion. Shut your Funko mouth, Mike.
Cut your Funko mouth. All right, I got a ton of shit for you guys today.
I don't want that. I want Funkos.
I want Funkos too.
I got Funkos for you. I got mystery minis for you.
Oh shit!
Dorbs for you. Yeah. So I saw a sneak peek at GameStop's reserve list. So let's get started here. All right, as some of you already know, Little Mermaid pops are coming out. The Sebastian the Crab one and Flounder the Flounder, I guess he is. Along with that, we have the Bugs Life pops coming out. Princess Ada, Heimlich, and Flick. Moving on, we got Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure pops. Of course, there's going to be Bill and Ted. Now, one of my favorite games of the early 80s, I guess it was. I'm sure some of you guys remember Q*bert. Q*bert's getting
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
God, I got to get that one.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking for that one. A series I'm not going to be getting is the Batman animated pops. We already have all these pops, but Batman, Robin, Batgirl, Joker, Harley, and Poison Ivy for the Batman animated series. Why they're coming out with these, I don't know. They look exactly like all the other Batman pops.
The only difference I saw was the eyes was had a little eyelids, makes his eyes look menacing.
Yeah,
I was like, really?
That's Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, it's just a waste to me. Scooby-Doo's getting its, all the main characters.
Raggy.
Pirates of the Caribbean are getting its own line of Dorbs.
Oh, cool.
If you go to the Forbidden Planet website, you have till the end of October to pre-order a gold Vault Boy from the video game Fallout.
Oh, damn.
It's all gold. Any Gears of War fans, they're coming out with mystery minis along with the Funko line the Funko Pops they have out already. Call of Duty fans, if you got the GameStop rewards, you could get one of them Monkey Bomb Funko Pops. It's burnt or toasted as they called it, but you got to have all them reward points for it. So, I'm not a big fan of mystery minis myself, but they are coming out with the first series in the X-Men line. They're going to have Professor X, Colossus, Storm, Frost, Logan, Magneto, Sabretooth, Mystique, and Juggernaut. They're also going to have Cyclops, Wolverine, and Beast. And I don't know what this means, but Jeremy, you're going to like this one. Right beside their name, it said Jim Lee. So they're Jim Lee versions of Cyclops, Wolverine, and Beast. So.
Oh shit! Jeremy's gonna love it.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Now all these next ones are the sneak peek of the GameStop pre-order list I saw. A couple more Hanna-Barbera characters I've never heard of. Touche Turtle,
Oh yeah, Big Bear showed Touche Turtle. Doesn't he have like a little fencing sword or something?
Yeah,
Touche.
yeah.
In that little hat, yeah. God, that's old school.
Snagglepuss is one of them.
Snagglepuss is classic.
Yeah.
And Wally Gator.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah, Wally Gator. Yeah.
Yeah, the classics.
Now this one it just said X-Men Logan, so I don't know what type of version Logan's gonna be in. If it's
Oh,
one
Jeremy's face. You got to watch Jeremy's face when he says Jim Lee or Old Man Logan.
Yeah.
His face.
They're pulling you back in, Jeremy.
Fans of the Daredevil TV show. Now I know all the Netflix TV shows are getting their own pops. The Daredevil TV show is getting, of course, Elektra, a new Daredevil, and actually 2 versions of the Punisher. So.
Oh, got to give me some Punisher.
Oh, there goes Jeremy again.
They're taking all my money.
I thought you were selling all your pops.
I might have to sell all the money I got to get
He's
these.
selling them all, but his Punisher and his Taskmaster. That's all I know.
He's selling them
Well,
all
I'm
except
not-
for if Dave asked for them.
Except for the ones I want. Yep, he's selling them all, but those.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I
Last
forgot
one
to
I
black
got
out
for
some
you
of them.
guys is in the Pop Rocks line. Finally, they're coming out with the Guns N' Roses pops. So I
Oh, wow.
don't know if it's like the current version of the band or if it's the old, late '80s.
I hope Axl Rose does not have the cornrows. All I'll do is the Axl Rose, not the newer one with Botox and everything. No.
I want Slash with the cigarette hanging out of his mouth playing the Les Paul. If I don't get that, I'm out.
Yeah, so I'm excited for those. And that's all I got for.
That was a damn good
your
Funko Mouth. Yeah. That's a
I got
ton
some.
of stuff.
You can actually go on, I think it's Fugitive Toys. If you missed out on the White Letter New York City Comic Con Batman, that was the con exclusive. They're selling them on there for $20 plus shipping. And somebody told me that at the con they were selling them for $60.
Damn.
Like other vendors, I think what happened, other vendors was going to the Funko booth and buying a lot of stuff up and then taking it to their booth and jacking the price up. So I think the Funko booth sold out, but these other people had them.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Probably them people that New York cons or something.
I was thinking about some lines that they haven't been released yet. What we would want, and I was thinking like Mortal Kombat. They need Mortal Kombat pops.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or Street Fighter.
They have Street
Just
Fighter
Joe
pops.
Oh, they do.
They do.
Oh man.
You can actually go on, now that you said that, it made me think about it. They're Pop Asia, though. You can only get them at Pop Asia, like they're over there. But if you go on Fugitive Toys, they have Ryu. I saw him on there.
I want
He was
Kyle.
like $17. I didn't see Guile, but they do have him. They do make him. I didn't see him on that site though.
I know
They have all of them.
Mike's gonna get Cammy.
You're goddamn right. They have it too.
Is Balrog on there, the boxer?
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
gonna
Mike,
pull
we-
up
I
a
like
picture right quick.
Balrog too.
They have I like Blanca. They had him. He's in that crouching mode
Oh
where
yeah,
he's
that
like
shocking stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that-
Mike, we need them mushroom head
I'll-
pop.
Mushroom head Slipknot pops. Hell yeah.
I
They could
want
do
a
some serious
Guile.
cool things with the masks.
I want a Guile
sir.
pop like they do these this action pose on the stand. I want him in the air with the big sonic boom coming out. Sonic boom.
damn. Yeah. Gal, man. Gal's classic.
I did pre-order me an Elvira pop,
Oh yeah.
so that should be here. I think it's. See, you got yours now, but when I ordered it on that website, it said it wouldn't be available for 2 weeks.
Wild Stallions.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Dylan's head pops.
Excellent.
Is the Elvira pop top heavy?
Oh,
It is.
top heavy. Hell yeah.
Well, lucky there are two to help balance it out.
Cubic school.
Used to play him at the bowling alley.
Was one of the Funko question I was gonna have. Oh, did everybody pick up the Golden Age Batman Funko Pop?
I could.
You did? Yeah,
Sure did.
That's like my favorite one, man. I love how the cape's kind of swooping around, versus the other ones just kind of hang down. So that's all
This
we
is what
got.
I pre-ordered.
Casey
Oh,
Jones.
beautiful Casey Jones.
Casey Jones, you better watch your speed.
Here you go. Here's Street Fighter.
There's no
Yeah,
Guile though.
So, dun, 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 dun.
Is Dawson on there?
Did you say Dolph Lundgren?
No, Dawson or Harry.
Oh, Dawson. That's stretch
Yeah.
guy.
Y'all got flame.
He didn't make the cut. He's series 2.
I wonder if they're gonna have that car you beat up in the bonus round. That's it.
Dude, pop rides with Ken and Ryu on each side.
Yeah.
Oh, Casey.
Fireball it. I always like the Shoryuken Dragon Punch myself.
The only reason I picked Guile was because I can do his moves really easy. It's just back and forward. I could never get the fireball going for Ken or Ryu. Never do it.
I used to like that. You hit
If they're gonna do classic video game pops, they should do Gauntlet ones. Oh, shut the food.
Castlevania.
Warrior needs food badly.
CF Mode Rob said Bison.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
In
Bison. Yeah.
Hey, you do that. You do the same thing with Sonic Boom, but you do it on Bison. You do that flaming torpedo across the screen.
I used to like that that kick that Ken and Ryu did, where you
Oh yeah. And all those the helicopter kick things.
Yeah. They jump up and down, check.
Dude, his sound effects are really good.
I like those. Yeah.
So, okay, we'll jump off. So, you're going to shut your Funko mouth now, Mike?
Yes, sir. I'm done.
Okay. So, some other news here. So, it said, I read an article today. It says top 10 Batman movies that deserve an animated film. And some of them on this list are kind of, a little weird. Number 10, Gotham by Gaslight. Anybody read that one?
Long
No,
time
but it
ago.
looked cool.
That's an Elseworld story, kind of steampunkish, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I have it. I haven't read it yet. Number 9 is Batman and Dracula.
Red Rain. Good story, but
Number 8.
They did a little Batman Dracula on that show called The Batman. It was like a sucky ass cartoon that came out years back. I didn't like it.
Number
That the
8.
one where the Joker looks all crazy.
I don't
He
know.
always looks crazy.
Sorry, was no.
Oh, JLS Comics says he likes corn pops too,
Yeah,
as in the cereal, not the band.
cereal.
I'm a Fruity Pebbles type guy myself.
Florian Flintstone style.
Number 8, Death in the Family.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. Yep.
Number 7, Court of Owls.
Good. God will have that one.
Number 6, Long Halloween. Have you read that? I've read that one.
Yeah, that's one of those Batmans with the long ears that come up past my
Yeah.
screen. So
Those Michael Turner ones.
yeah.
Number 5, Endgame. Number 4, Batman Inc., which that's a fairly new one.
I love
That's
Batman
David.
Incorporated. Volume
That's,
1 and Volume 2 is so good.
Is that when Black Mirror happened? That was in Detective Comics, wasn't it?
Well, the Batman Inc. Volume 2 is when Damian died
Yeah.
against his mom, Talia.
That's when Dick Grayson was Batman.
Yeah, I think so.
Number 3, Batman Eternal.
That was
That was a really good one. That 52 issue series, damn good. Haven't read them all. I'm still reading them, but I'm on like issue 20 something. That's a damn good series.
Number 2 is Hush, which I definitely agree
Oh.
with.
Classic, yeah.
And
Hush
number
really-
1 is Batgirl of Burnside. I never have read that.
What?
I
That girl, a girl version, social fucking justice warriors. Bad girl.
Well,
She just had hers. What was hers? It was where she got shot in the back. That was her fucking movie. Oh man, and she turned into Oracle. I mean,
Yeah.
the social justice warriors are never happy.
Rob left that Tim the Toolman Taylor.
But it's crazy to me that that's a Batman film, and they have a Batgirl as number one.
Yeah, the social fucking warriors. I wish the warriors from the movie, the warriors, I wish they'd go kill the social justice warriors and have Rembrandt spray the spray paint on them or something. You know?
I think Hush should be number one.
Which one?
Hush.
Hush, yeah.
Because
I would say Hush or Death in the Family for me.
Mhm.
that story, that I think Hush should be number one, Death in the Family number two, and Court of Owls number three.
That'd be three good ones right there.
Because, man, Hush, I could just see a little Hush Funko Pop with the bandages on his face, and of course, I would have to own him.
Do they have any other story arcs that are not on that list? Do you think they'd make a good animated movie?
Year One, Saga of Ra's al Ghul.
Well, they did have year one.
Did they do Year One?
They did do a year one. It was really good.
And they kind of did.
They've touched on. Yeah.
They did.
And
They
they've
kind of did Under the Red Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've touched on Ra's al Ghul in a lot of things, but they've never done like a solid,
Yeah.
the whole thing.
And see, that's why I think Hush would be so good, because you get all the characters, all the iconic villains that come into play, like Poison Ivy. Even he fights Superman in there, and he has that sword fight with Ra's al Ghul, and that'd just be classic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go read that again.
And then, so Snyder, I think, Jeremy, you had posted something on our Facebook page earlier, too. Snyder and Capullo are teaming up again for summer of 2017 for a Batman-inspired, and it says Batman-inspired and rock and roll. I don't know and that's all it said in the article that I read. I'll be interested to find out what it is, as long as it's not doing the Batusi. That's all I get. That's all I care about.
That wasn't me. That was actually.
Remember when the Batman started doing like this?
SO Comics.
Yeah.
That was him that posted that in there. But I think where the rock and roll kind of comes into play is Capullo, because he's big into Black Label Society and metal. And it's the way I see it is what I'm thinking it's going to be Justice League or something along those lines, because that would have Batman involved in it. And earlier this this month or last month, Greg Capullo just up on Twitter started sharing pictures of him drawing Hal Jordan, Green Lantern.
Well,
they're
going to have Justice League versus Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And they're also going to have Batman or the Justice League versus Suicide Squad, ain't they?
Yep. That's supposed to be out in November, I think, or December.
But I think this Snyder and Capullo, if they do Justice League, that'll be their way, DC's way of bringing Hal Jordan back into the Justice League. Because, right now we got Baz and Jessica Cruz. So, and I think, of course, Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder, they could draw the phone book, and I would, they could publish the phone book, and I would buy it, because they're just an amazing duo.
I just won. You talk about Hal Jordan. I just won it in an auction on eBay. It's a Green Lantern $199, the return of Hal Jordan.
Oh wow! And
I don't know a whole lot about Green Lantern. I thought I'd jump back and I got it for really cheap and check it out. A little earlier Hal Jordan stuff.
Speaking of Green Lantern, I think something big is going to be happening in the Green Lanterns book with Jessica and Simon. Because I don't know too much about them, like the Green Lanterns, because this is pretty much my first time reading them. But have they had the Phantom Ring before? Has that been a thing?
I've never heard of the Phantom Ring.
Well, they got one now, and it's coming. It's like in the Hal Jordan, not Hal Jordan, but the Green Lanterns book where Simon and Jessica and that Guardian of the I won't say Guardian of the Galaxy. That Guardian shows up, and he's created this ring that anybody can wear.
Oh wow!
Hey, I thought of another Batman story that they should do. Tell me if I've missed this one. Did they ever do an animated movie for Long Halloween?
No, they had that was on that list. That was number 6.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. I actually like the other one that came after Long Halloween a little bit better, which was I had the trade in there too.
A Short November.
Yeah, was it Short November? Is that what it is?
No.
Now I'm like, yep, that's it. That's got to be it. Sure. There's one that follows that directly. I thought that was pretty good as well.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name of it, but it does have the orange cover.
Yeah, it's still by Tim Sale and Jeff Loeb. Yeah. You're talking about Green Lanterns and stuff. This one came out, I think, last week. The Green Lanterns number 8 with the jack-o'-lantern on the cover. I actually love it when comics, the holiday Halloween coming up, and it kind of integrates that into the comic. I absolutely love that. Same thing with like TV shows when they do the Christmas special, Halloween special. Absolutely love those. I think it's really cool.
Did you see the variant to that one? That's the one I picked up. The variant's got them at the top of it. It's got the little kids at the bottom dressed as like Superman, the Flash, Batman, and they got their little pumpkin baskets holding them up, getting candy in it.
No.
Green Lanterns.
No,
that's a pretty sweet one too.
No, I gotta look that one up now. Go back to Luke Cage. Anybody finished up Luke Cage and what their thought on the series? We talked about it briefly, but Mike, you finished?
Yes, I did.
You said you weren't too impressed with it, right?
Right. Worst Netflix out of the bunch. It just wasn't my thing.
How about you, Jeremy? Did you finish it up?
Oh yeah, I finished it up like in 2 days.
What was your opinion on the overall series?
It had its cheese moments, and it could have been a lot better. It's okay. I mean, we're not knowing much about Luke Cage. It serves its purpose, except for when Diamondback shows up and you're like, "What are you wearing?" You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, "Come at me, bro." They all fighting and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not too much further into it. How about you, Paul?
My bad.
I watched it the first weekend, and it was the first one that actually was kind of work to work my way through it. I mean, it was very repetitive. I mean, the plot for every episode seems to be someone comes after Luke Cage, someone shoots Luke Cage yells and runs at him, and that's about it. There was
And then, like, Method Man shows up in a convenience store. Like, that's not a big deal because he played Method Man.
And Rob said, you haven't started it yet either?
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
Well, I just summarized it for you.
Yeah.
I will tell you what I'm super, super, super stoked for, though. And that's Iron Fist. They dropped the first trailer and the first teaser, and man, oh man, that looks amazing.
I've been an Iron Fist fan since Series 1, so I'm looking forward to it.
To kind of go back to what we were talking about earlier with Social Justice Warriors, people were pretty upset that they had a white guy playing Danny Rand in Iron Fist, because he's a martial arts master, or I never have read any of the stories, but it's like, oh, dude, damn if you don't, especially when you're casting people in movies, either you get like with Deadshot being Will Smith, and people were pissed off at that, but yet blah blah blah, so you can't win for losing no matter what you do when you're casting stuff.
And if you've read the original series, that was the whole point, was that he was white. I mean, and it played into everything when he was training. They were all like, how can you be training this white guy to do this? And, you know, that's the point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And somebody
Go ahead.
said that in scenes that they didn't share from the Iron Fist panel that they had, that there's a scene where some guy's got him chained to a chair, and he's interrogating him, and he asked him, and he tells that he was trained in the magical city of Kunlun, and he was trained by I think he said the Crane Mother. I'm not sure, but he said he was trained to defeat the Hand, like that he was the only one that could do it.
Sometimes, things aren't what they seem to be.
Is that Bokeem Woodbine?
No, it's Cage and Iron Fist, man. Together again.
That looked like the TV Blade. And speaking of, while we're talking about Iron Fist, I forgot to tell this a while ago during the Funko Pop thing. You can go on Midtown Comics right now and go pre-order the Iron Fist Free Comic Book Day 2017 Iron Fist Funko Pop.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
got it up.
Yeah, where he's wearing the white costume, right?
Yeah, he got his hand up, it's glowing.
That looks pretty clean. That's a nice looking one right there.
Is he going to have his costume in this one, or is it be like Daredevil where you won't get it till the very end of the season?
They're saying that they don't know because they're done filming the show, and they stopped filming. The last day was the morning he showed up at Comic-Con, and he still had a big giant beard. So they're saying that he might not get the suit until the start of the Defenders. But there was one part where it shows like in a flashback thing or something. If you pause it real quick, you can see him. He's sitting out on this ledge on this mountain, and he's wearing a monk outfit. It's like you see him from behind. It's like he's wearing one of the monk thing that the monk wears.
Mm-hmm.
So we might get to see that. Might be actually because it was in the Iron Fist colors. It was like kind of green and yellow looking. So we might that might be some part of his costume that we see.
Yeah, I did like how in Cage they kind of did a little flashback, kind of do his original outfit in the comics, with the headband and the yellow shirt and the chain. That was one quick little thing, and he said, "I'll look like a total idiot," or whatever he said. I thought that was kind of funny.
And they did the same thing in Jessica Jones, where they had one of the. She was talking about the costume she wore in the comics, and she was like, "Yeah, let's not talk about that."
Yeah. Didn't it show her she wore it for one part? Didn't it show her wear it one part, in a dream sequence or something?
I think they did.
I don't have any more news right now. Anybody have anything else?
We got our first look at Mara from the Justice League.
Yep, we did.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, it was looking pretty good.
I like Mara. I really like when Ivan Rice was drawing Mara in the New 52 of those Aquaman. Aquaman was actually a pretty good comic book. I don't pick it up now, but it was really good back in New 52.
Yeah, they're saying that in the actual Aquaman movie that it's going to have it's not going to be a horror movie, not going to be a straight up horror movie, but it will have horror tones to it. They say that's why they went for James Wan, because 71% of the Earth is the ocean, and that's like Arthur's kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have all this stuff. I think we've only explored 10% of the oceans on the Earth, so you never know what's down there. So that I guess they're going to play off that.
Mm-hmm. There's some evil stuff down there.
Yeah, I remember in New 52 when during the Throne of Atlantis when what's his name took him and dropped him off in the trench.
Mm-hmm. The trench, man.
Yeah, those monster things came. They was trying to kill him.
Freaking things, yeah, that was awesome. That's a good animated too. If y'all after Justice League War, the second animated was the Throne of Atlantis animated. Damn good. Special shout out to Don, the comic book junkie, saying someday show up, guys. Hell yeah. Good to see Don in the chat.
Who else we got? British Geeky Guy jumped in as well.
Oh, hell yeah. I see British Geek Guy. He's ordered his gold Fallout Vault Boy yesterday. He's got a bunch of Funkos, too. So does Airborne. Airborne got a lot of Funkos.
JLS Comics is in here. I'm not sure if he's still in here. But, so do you have any shout-outs or anything you want to do? We'll start with Paul.
I haven't had much time to watch videos and stuff this week because I've been catching up with stuff for school. But I did notice that in our chat today, Alex Comic Hoarder has 98 subs. Let's try and get him over 100.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Rob?
Big shout out tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central. We got Legends Live Auction, Halloween edition. We got some great folks going to be showing up. We're going to have Big Bear, Who Dat. We're going to have some other great folks there. And I'm going to be possibly selling some Bela Lugosi comic books. And as far as like shout outs, I'm almost to 3,900 subs, baby. Keep them coming. Yeah. No, but just shout out everyone in the chat room. Thank y'all for coming by tonight and supporting the show and watching it. And this show is just as much yours as ours. Make sure you go to the Blaster Stash It Facebook group page, sign up, register, and let's talk comics not only on Friday nights on Blaster Stash It Live Show, but let's talk comics all throughout the week on Facebook.com. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Real quick, too. Hey, Jeremy, did you find out if that guy was selling those Batman Year One, or was he just showing those off on that Facebook page?
I never did find out.
When he put the picture up there, it says, "Oh, near mint, $2 each," and I thought, dude, he got a score. And then all of a sudden, Trinity's like, "Oh, if you're selling them, I'm whoa, he's selling them? I didn't
Yeah,
know."
no one even knew. Yeah.
So, man, I feel like maybe I missed out on something there because I was like one of the first person to like it, and I'm like, dude, if he was selling them at $2 a piece, that was a steal. So, I mean, that's
just another moment of Trinity trying to keep you from buying something.
Yeah, keeping it on the down low. Smart man.
So Trinity's doing a little comic blocking. Is that what he's doing to me?
Comic block.
I would have given you a shot at him.
Oh, I just seen it. Yeah, that's good stuff.
So that's the other reason, too, to go to the Facebook page. You can find deals on there. Usually people end up, they'll post it on there saying, hey, I'll give it to the Blast of the Stash It crew first before I pop it on eBay, before I sell it somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get some good deals there, too. So as well as going on Saturday night to the Great Legends Auction Show, get some good stuff there as well. I'll be watching, see what we got going on. I already seen Big Bear's selection, see what he's got going.
Mm-hmm.
Him and what was his friend's name in that video? That was Clive, or I don't know the skeleton name. Was reading the comic there next to him.
Yeah, that was funny.
Dude, I thought that was really good. Dude. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
If anybody in here is interested in Funko Pops, I'm selling some on the page.
Yeah.
I'll give you a good deal. I will entertain trades too. So.
But don't ask about Punisher or Taskmaster. He won't sell those.
I already got them blacked out, buddy.
Oh yeah, I like how you blacked them out. I like that.
I just wanted to make sure. As long as my Thanos is blacked out too, or you amended that.
I will.
Oh.
Thanos
is gone. Mike, how about you?
First off, I want to just congratulate British Geeky Guy, my Funko brother across the pond, for reaching his 1-year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations on that. Then I got 3 channels under 50 subs each. I know you guys could get them up to at least 50 by the week's end. One of them is Fateful Comics. He's a big fan of Dr. Fate. He only has 24 subs, so go sub him up.
Fateful, Fateful, Comics.
Okay. Another one is, I believe I shouted him out before, but I'm going to do it again just because he has 41 subs. He's almost to 50, and that's Jason Static. And he spells Jason with a Y, Jaysin, Static, Static. And then we got, last but not least, Batcave Comics, 83. and he's at 38 subs. So we could get all them guys to 50 and be awesome. So, and that's all the shout out. Shout out to the Chicago Cubs, who's going to take it to LA's ass.
Well, I predicted that. You know, if I go back to last week, I predicted the Cubs going to win the World Series.
The Cubbies.
Reverse the curse.
How about you, Trinity? You got any shout outs you want?
Hashtag.
Yeah, I got some shout outs. I'm going to shout out to you and Mike for buying some pops from me. Help a brother out.
Boats and hose. Boats and hose.
I'm going to give some shout. I want to give a shout out to my brother from another mother. He wasn't here, be able to be here tonight. Old Vince, Simplify Comic Guy. He picked me up some books from the Comic Con. He's going to have them sent out to me. And also, when I went to my LCS this week, they didn't have all my books, so I hopped on mycomicshop.com and ordered a bunch of books and forgot to add The Strain #2, Mr. Quinlan. So I didn't want to get on there and reorder another book, so I hollered at him and sent him a little bit of money. He got one coming to me with my other books he's sending me. So I thought that was pretty awesome of him. So shout out to him. I want to shout out to Rob. Man, I'm still looking at the Walking Dead you sent me. Like,
Oh, yeah.
when Negan shows up, I would be like, I'm in the money. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, on that show. He's
I ain't
supposed to
gonna
be
say-
on the show, ain't he?
Yeah.
he's
He's
gonna be-
season 6.
I like it. That's the guy who played comedian. He played Thomas Wayne in the Batman Superman movie. I like that actor.
You know, I actually tweeted him because I know everybody now knows him as Negan. They call him Negan, but I told him, I said, I know everybody now calls you Negan, but to me, you'll forever be Winchester, John Winchester from Supernatural.
Oh, yeah.
He was Sam and Dean's daddy.
Yep.
Mm.
But I got one more shout out. I want to give a shout out to my boy Russ, Who Dat Comics. He was in the chat earlier, but he's got a sick baby, so I know he's probably done got off by now. He just made an awesome trade, and I think he's going to be having some stuff on the Legends live auction show tomorrow night.
Mhm.
He's going to be on there showing some books off, and I might be able to scrounge through some stuff and pull some stuff. There won't be no books, but I might have some stuff from Bound Box. I might hop up on there and sell. Maybe some Funko Pops if anybody's interested in them.
Mhm.
But that's it. That's all I got.
He may be known as Negan now, but he started out as Denny, the heart patient on Grey's Anatomy. No, I got
Grey's
it.
Anatomy. Yep.
Yep.
Heart patient. I like that.
So I had a couple shout outs. I had two. Jason Static was one that I had, the same one that the Mike had. And the other one, I might have given a shout out before. It's Marvin88. He only has 23 subs. Let's try to get him a few more to get out there, guys. So with that, I think that ends the episode number 20 of Blast It or Stash It. I think we'll try to work on something special for 25. Maybe I don't know. We'll chat off air and see what we can do for our lucky listeners, maybe for episode 25. So with that, I guess not I am, but we are out of here. So Huey is out. We'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Later, y'all.